So you want to start an online business, live that freedom lifestyle, and actually be happy while making money? The way to do that is by building a purpose-led business. So in this video, I'm going to give you 3 steps to do exactly that. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ovi, and this channel is dedicated to helping you create the purpose-driven business and the life of freedom that you so desire. So if you do enjoy this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. And if you're new around here, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. So let's get into talking about purpose-led businesses and how you can create one by following these 3 steps that I'm going to give you. So if you identify as a millennial or even younger, then you're probably already aware of this trend to some extent. But we as a generation value freedom and fulfillment, and we're a very entrepreneurial generation. And the vast majority of us deeply care about the impact that we are having on the world around us through the work that we do. So if any of that is resonating with you, and if those are some of the reasons why you're getting into online business in the first place, then it is so important that the business you build is purpose-driven so that your business can play into being a part of the overall happiness that you're trying to create in your life. It needs to be aligned with your values, and it needs to be meaningful to you so that, it's just a part of your life and it truly makes you happy, and it's part of that bigger picture of living the life that you absolutely love. So to do that, step number 1 that you have to follow is to get very clear on your purpose and also on the overall vision that you have for the life that you want to create for yourself. So I created this video a while back on how to find your purpose and passion in life. So make sure you go watch that right after you finish this video, because that's going to give you some more tips and insight into exactly how you can connect with your passion and purpose. But really, it goes without saying that to build a purpose-driven business, you have to know exactly where your purpose is. So you need a lot of clarity. So you need to do that inner work to find exactly where your purpose is. And then the other part of that is you also need to define the vision that you have for the life that you're trying to create and figure out how your business fits into that overall vision. What sparks that fire in your belly that you just gets you so motivated to do something? What are those things that you're really passionate about? What are the things that you feel like this is what I'm on this earth to do? It doesn't come overnight, but connect with yourself and do the inner work so that you figure out what direction you should be heading in with your business and your life, so that you're doing work that is soul aligned and you're doing work that is purposeful and meaningful to you. And at the end of the day, this all should be fun for you. It should be enjoyable. It should make you happy, because that's how you live out your best life. Step number 2 is to figure out who you are serving, because at the heart of a lot of purpose-driven businesses is service. So who are you trying to impact, and really hone in on who that person is or what that thing is that you're trying to have your impact on, and also differentiate between who you're trying to serve or who you're trying to impact and who is your customer. Because sometimes, a lot of times they can be the same, but in some cases they're very different. Who you're impacting and who is actually buying your products or services can be different. So I'm actually going to run through some examples, that I've found through my research, and some people from my own community that are doing purpose-driven work, that are building purpose-driven businesses, so that you can see the different ways that this can work out. So I will give you examples of where it does align, where the customer and who you're serving is the same person, and cases where it's not. So let's first talk about where the customer and who you're impacting are 2 different people, right? So as I was doing my research for this video and I was looking up, different kinds of purpose-led businesses, I actually came across this amazing clothing company, Mid Scoots Outfitters, and they are on a mission to provide quality clothing to people who are homeless and to also help those people through their transition out of homelessness, which is just such an amazing purpose. So who they're actually trying to impact, who they're serving, are people who are homeless, but their customers are really just regular folk who just want to buy nice clothes. So they're those conscious consumers who want to have an impact through their purchasing decisions. So that's an example of where who you're serving and who your ideal customer is actually different. And another example of this is someone from my own community, Positive Minded Kid. She is on a mission to raise a future generation of people who are positive minded and, don't deal with a lot of these negative emotions and struggles such as anxiety and depression, and to cultivate that positive mindset in kids so that they grow up being these positive human beings. So she's impacting and she's trying to serve these children. How she's doing this is actually by educating parents and teachers. So her ideal customers are parents and teachers, but who she's serving are the children and the future generation. So those are some examples of how who you're serving and who is your ideal customer can be different. But now I want to talk about how, defining who you're serving actually helps you figure out who your ideal customer is, because they are one and the same. So I'm going to run through a few more examples of people from my own community to show you the different ways that this can take place. So it can be product-based businesses and it can be service-based businesses. I know when we think of service, we usually are thinking of actual service-based business, but it doesn't have to be that way. It can be product-based, like in the example of Miss Scoots Outfitters. And there are so many other examples, like the companies that have been founded by Mickey Agarwal. So a lot of products that are supportive of her purpose in her life and are just serving the exact consumers who she wants to impact. So there are examples of that in the product-based business world. And another example of something like that is from my own community. My good friend and former client, Lavindi, is an amazing henna artist, and she creates these beautiful crystal jewelry. So yes, the henna artist part is a service-based business, but then her jewelry line is definitely product-based. But she, wants to raise the vibrations of this planet by spreading, good vibes, making people happy and giving them these beautiful crystal jewelry to raise their own vibrations. So she's creating products that are based on her purpose as an artist, as someone who just wants to spread joy. And that is how she's translating her purpose into a product-based business. But when we go into more of the service-based businesses, so any type of coach. So for example, my own business coach, Erin May Henry, is a prime example of this. She is on a mission to make women, be the most badass, extraordinary version of themselves and build an amazing standout personal brand online. So that is what she is doing through her purpose-led business. So in the examples of my coach Erin May Henry and my friend Lavindi, their purpose was born out of, just what they enjoyed doing, what they love. But it can also be born out of your own story. So in the example of another one of my mentors, Sam from A Happy Mind TV, her purpose was born out of her own experience. So she started off as an anxiety coach because she herself struggled with anxiety, figured out how to lift herself up from that situation, built a business around it, and now she's actually a business coach who teaches other women how to be happy while building a business. So that is a prime example of how your own story and your own life experience can influence your purpose and the work that you do. I know today I am full of examples, but I just want to shout out a bunch of these purpose-led business women who are out there doing the work. And, it's just so amazing. And I want to show you the different ways that you can do this. So another example is my client, my former client, Shanika. She grew up in a culture where, colorism is rampant, and she dealt with the repercussions of that. And now she is on a mission to redefine beauty standards and to empower women to accept themselves as they are. Again, it can be born out of your own story, your own experience. It can be born out of just something that you are good at and something that you just love. Like, if you're an artist or if you're just really good at, business, something like that. And it can be born out of a need to serve a different set of people, but who you're actually selling your service or your product to is not the same as who you're trying to serve. So really take an overall look at who you are here to serve, who you want to impact, what is this impact that you want to have on the world. And that leads me to the next step, which is step number 3, do your market research. Figure out where your ideal customers are at and, what is the market that's out there for this purpose that you want to monetize. So the 3 elements of figuring out your purpose are really, what do you love to do? What are you good at? And what is the impact that you want to have on the world? But when it comes to creating a purpose-led business, a 4th factor comes into play, and that is profitability. Now, this is the same concept that the Japanese call ikigai. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. If you are a Japanese speaking person who's watching this, let me know in the comments below if I pronounce that right. But this concept is really finding that sweet spot between what you love to do, what your skills are, what the world needs, and what you can actually get paid for doing. Because if you're trying to create a business, then your profit is a crucial part of the equation. Do your market research, figure out, are people actually looking for this? The purpose that you have, what are the different ways that this can translate into a business? And the same purpose can be translated into different types of business. So figure out, what the market needs, but also what makes you happy. And now a lot of coaches actually preach, when you're doing your market research, find a proven business model, find something that's already working as proof of concept, and that gives you, that validates your offer so that you can make money. And while that is true, there is something to be said for innovation and coming to market with new things that are not yet being sold, if you so feel called to do so. But then also consider that requires a lot more market research, because you want to figure out, before you invest a lot of money and effort and time into creating something brand new, you want to figure out whether it's going to be something that people are willing to pay for. And no matter what, even if it's a proven concept, you are going to have to do some trial and error. You're going to have to put things out there and see how they go. But do your market research, figure out, what are people actually looking for? What are people actually willing to pay for? Because that's going to really give you that 4th piece of that purpose-led business model, which is the profitability. So the 3 steps to a purpose-led business again are: get very clear on your why, figure out your purpose, your vision for your life, how your business fits into that vision, figure out who you want to impact, the impact you want to have on the world, who are you serving, who is your ideal customer, how do those things correlate, is it the same person, are they different people? And then, of course, find your place in the market. So figure out how you can actually create something to serve that purpose, but still be profitable so that you're supporting your own vision and you're building that life that you love. So if you found these tips helpful, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and share this video with another entrepreneurial friend who could use these tips on building a purpose-led business. Check out my other videos right here. And thank you so much for tuning in today. I so appreciate you being here. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell if you haven't. But have a wonderful week, you guys, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye, guys.